Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about probably the most talked about company at the moment, and that is Alibaba. Okay, we're going to be looking at a lot of these big value investors to see what they've been doing recently and how much they're probably down on their positions. They were happy to be buying, around that 230, 220 sort of mark. We've seen Mohnish Pabrai adding to his position. So we've got a quick article, we're going to quickly look over that. But mainly we're going to compare what Alibaba is trading to today to what it was trading at in 2017. It was trading at these similar sort of prices, and just see how much the business has grown over that time. And in the end, I'll sort of share my take on what I'm currently doing, whether I'm selling out or buying more. So make sure you stick around for that. But like I say in every video, guys, everything we discuss today is purely for entertainment purposes only. This is not a buy recommendation. I don't know your financial situation. So yeah, definitely do your own research. Cannot stress that enough. Don't just listen to me. Do your own research. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys get some value from that. If you do get some value from today's video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. That way you can stay up to date when the next video drops. With that said, let's crack into today's video. We're going to have a quick look over this article here on Market Insider, which goes into detail how much these big value investors that we like to follow, how much has been wiped off their stakes within Alibaba recently. Then we're going to have a quick look at what Mohnish Pabrai has been doing. And then we're going to get straight into what the current share price of Alibaba is, and then we're going to compare that to what it was trading at around 2017, which is where it is sitting at the moment, to try and compare how much the business has grown since then, to kind of just get a sense on how things are looking today compared to how they were in 2017. So with that said, let's jump straight into it here. I'm not going into great detail on this article here today, but basically the main highlight points are, so it says here, the 10 Alibaba investors may have seen their combined stakes fall in value by 1.4 billion this quarter. This includes Ray Dalio, Al Gore, Charlie Munger, potentially took a hit from their Alibaba's plunging stock price. And then it just goes into detail how much each one of these investors that we all love to follow, how much their position has potentially dropped in values, if they've held or if they've sold, like Cathie Wood has recently. She's just been dumping her Alibaba stock, which still I can't wrap my head around. She was happy to pay these higher prices, and now that the price has got a lot cheaper, she wants to be dumping her stock. But that's, she does what she does. We've got a different sort of investing approach, so I'm sure she has some reasoning behind it. I don't know what that reasoning is. I haven't really looked into it, to be honest, but yeah, I'm sure she has something there for why she wants to be dumping the stock as well. So we just scroll down here. So it says here, yep, Alibaba US listed shares have plunged by more than 25% to a record low since end of June, as investors continue to dump Chinese stocks in response to mounting regulatory threats. So this seems to be what's stemming a lot of this, is just a lot of regulations. Is there a possible chance of delisting on the US? I can't see it myself personally. Like, there is definitely a chance of it, but to be honest, I can't really see it coming in. But you never know, it may happen. I'm not smart enough to know whether it's going to get delisted or not, but I think it's a good enough bet at the moment to say that it won't be, but that's just my take on it. So then it says here, goes on about Ray Dalio and Cathie Wood and Warren Buffett's right-hand man, Charlie Munger. This is what sort of spurred all this interest in Alibaba over these last few months, is when we saw Charlie Munger take a position with Alibaba. Goes on to talk about Fisher Asset Management, run by investor Ken Fisher here, and basically just goes into detail how much they're down on their positions. We won't know until next quarter, have they been adding to their positions or have they been selling out of their positions? So next quarter is going to be a real interesting one to see. But just moving over to Data Roma here, we can see Mohnish Pabrai on this last quarter, this is in Q2, he has been adding to his Alibaba position by quite a large chunk, by 53.23%. So we can see Mohnish Pabrai has been definitely bringing down his cost average for Alibaba. So this was great to see. I was quite happy to see Mohnish piling more money into the stock, as he does run a very concentrated portfolio here. I was a bit surprised not to see Li Lu jumping on this one, but we don't know. He may be buying on the Hong Kong exchange, or we're not too sure what might be happening there. I was still a bit surprised not to see him jumping in on it. All right, so I'm going to leave links to this in the description below if you guys want to dig in and have a little bit deeper there. Thought I'd just touch on a couple of quick things there. Let's jump over and have a quick look at what the share price was doing back around sort of mid-2017. So this is as of 20th of August, as market closed on Friday. Alibaba was trading at $157.96. This is pretty crazy, I feel. If you unpack what's actually in this business and to see it trading at these sort of prices, it's pretty crazy. I've never actually witnessed anything like this, to be honest. So it's pretty crazy to see this firsthand. So if we just scroll back, I'm just over here on Yahoo Finance, guys. I don't really read the charts and do much technical analysis when it comes to my investing. But today we're just going to look at comparing what the business was trading at in 2017 because that's kind of where the price was around that sort of mid-2017 to where it is currently trading at today, and just compare how much the business has grown over that time. So we see here it's 20th of August 2021 as the market closed on Friday. Alibaba was trading at $157.96, which is just out of control. Anyway, so let's scroll back and see when it was sort of trading at these sort of prices. So we've just got here on the 24th of July 2017, Alibaba was trading at about the same sort of price, $157.56. So now let's just quickly go over to QuickFS, have a quick look at how much the business has grown in that time, just to sort of compare the two. So QuickFS is a great sort of tool if you want to just get the last sort of 10 years of financials, great sort of snapshot of everything. You've got all the key stats up the top here. I'm not going to go into these into great detail, but just a quick look there. You can see like return on invested capital is coming in at 15.3% for the 10-year average, which is fantastic. Phil Towney likes to see this above 10%, so it's great to see that. And like a lot of these numbers are off the charts. You don't see these sort of numbers very often at all, to be honest. Anyway, let's scroll down here and have a quick look over some of the financials. So revenue, back in 2017, this is in billions of dollars, guys. They were bringing in 23 billion. This is in top line revenue. And then if we scroll through to 2021, coming in at 110 billion. So that's almost growing at 5 times, 4.79 times exactly. That's the amount of growth we've had in top line revenue over that time, which is insane. And it's still trading at the current prices it is trading at today, back to what it was trading at in 2017. You can see revenue growth over that time, 2017, 47.6%, 2018, 72.6%. Look, this growth is unsustainable. They won't get these sort of growth moving out ahead. But this is so much of the unknown. We don't know how much they're going to keep growing, but it's insane seeing what this is. So let's have a quick look at the gross profits. So we can see the gross profit back in 2017 was 14 billion. And then if we scroll forward to 2021, we're looking at 45 billion. So that's 3.17 times, just over 3 times they've grown the gross profits as well, which is phenomenal for such a big business. Let's go down to operating profit. Okay, so operating profit, this is pretty much net income, also known as EBIT, earnings before interest and tax. So that was currently in 2017 was 7 billion. Not quite a double. Well, it is a double here, but if you go back and back it out to look at the millions, it's not quite a double, but just shy, I think 1.95 times in that same. This is bottom line net profit before interest and tax, essentially. So almost a double in net profit there as well. All right, guys, so that's just a quick overview on that. Let's jump over to the balance sheet just to have a quick look at how that's looking. So we've got at the top of the line here, we've got cash and cash equivalents. This is on hand 49 billion. If we scroll down, so their total current assets, this is 99 billion. But then if we look at our total assets coming in at 260 billion there. Let's scroll down and have a quick look at their long-term and short-term debts. See how that's stacking up. So total liabilities coming in at a total of 94 billion. This is both short and long. So total current liabilities, this is debts payable within the next 12 months, is 58 billion. And they have very little long-term debt as well. Like I said, totaling 94 billion. So essentially what that means is they could pay off all their debt, both short and long, today with what they have just in short-term assets there, both cash and cash equivalents and any other short-term investments that they have as well. So this is a phenomenally strong balance sheet for such a company of such size. It's definitely no real big concerns there on the balance sheet for me anyway. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap that one up there. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments, like how much we've seen the revenue grow and gross profits and everything grow over the last couple of years and trading at these historical lows. Pretty crazy times for Alibaba. All right, guys, hope you got some value there. Just looking over, basic quick look at the financials there to see how much the business has grown over these last sort of 4 to 5 years. Like I said, it'll be very interesting to see what a lot of these big value investors that we like to track, what they've been doing over this Q3 as well. Have they been adding to the position, or have they been sort of taking a page from Cathie Wood's book and selling out of their position? Me personally, I've been adding to my position with Alibaba, especially over these last week or so, as we've seen the share price just keep dropping. Look, I don't know when it's going to bottom out. I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm very happy to be buying at these prices. My average cost basis is around $182 at the moment, which I'm extremely happy with. To be honest, I was happy to see it drop below 200, and now that we're trading at these prices, I'm definitely adding to my position. I don't want to be overly weighted with Alibaba, but it's very hard to not keep piling money into Alibaba. For me personally, that's just my take on it. Look, I've seen a few other YouTubers where they're saying they're selling out and looking at buying back in or trying to minimize their taxes with some other capital gains that they have, and that's great. I mean, if that's what you want to do and that's you don't want to get caught up in a bit of a wash sale there where you know, you're selling out the next day you're buying in just to minimize your taxes. So that's a little trap to be wary of there. But look, that's what they're doing. This is what I'm doing. Like I said, I don't know when it's going to bottom out. I'm not smart enough to try and time that at all. But I'm very happy to be buying Alibaba at these sort of prices personally, okay? Take what you will from that. Like I say, this is not a buy recommendation by any means. But for me personally, I'm pretty happy to be adding to my position at the moment. Like I said, I don't know where the bottom's going to be. And nobody does. If you're watching another video and they say, this is the bottom and then tomorrow it's doubling, then yeah, take that with a big grain of salt. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up for today's video. If you got some value from today's video, do me a favor, hit that like button. It helps push this video out a bit further. And if you'd like to see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up there for today's video. Thanks for your time, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, guys.